In this lesson, Circle of Fifths, Part 2, we will be focusing on the key signatures that use flats. Picking up the Circle of Fifths reference chart from where we left off in the previous lesson, we need to create another work area for dealing with the cycle of flats and lay out all of the natural notes. Before we go further, let's quickly review how the sharp and flat scales are created from the all-natural C major scale. Each new scale with sharps is built on the upper tetrachord of the previous scale, which begins on the 5th degree. This now becomes the lower tetrachord of a new scale. Then we add the upper 4 notes. The 7th degree then gets raised with a sharp. This completes the intervallic structure of the major scale. Going back to the neutral C major scale, the first half of the original tetrachord statement that deals with the flat scales says to take the lower tetrachord of the previous scale and make it the upper of a new scale. The first note of this new upper tetrachord will be the 5th degree. Then we add the 4 notes of the new lower tetrachord. The second half of the statement says that the 4th degree gets lowered with a flat, completing the correct structure for a major scale. Back to the Circle of Fifths chart, we will count backwards or counterclockwise 5 notes from C, so 1 will be F. But it is clear to see that not only would it be more convenient but also faster to go forwards in the musical alphabet and count up from 5 to 8. 5 down is the same as 4 up. This is called the circle or cycle of fourths. To be clear, however, we should mention that generally when musicians talk of the cycle of fourths, they are often referring to the natural tendency of notes and chords wanting to resolve in a 5-1 relationship. Perhaps we'll leave that for another lesson. Counting 4 up from F is B. Lower B to B flat. The key signature of F major has 1 flat, B flat. Next, we count up 6 from F to D. The relative minor of F major is D minor. Here is another shortcut you might wish to consider. If we think of F not as 1 but as 8 and count back 8, 7, 6, or consider F as Do and go down Do, Ti, La, you will quickly arrive at the same note. Either way, we still have to answer 3 logical questions for the flat keys. 1. To find the next closely related key that uses flats, we ask, if X is 5, what is 1 or 8? Or, if X is So, what is Do? 2. To find the next flat to add to the key signature, we ask, if X is 1, what is 4? Or, if X is Do, what is Fa? And 3. To find the relative minor key, we still ask, if X is 1 or 8, what is 6? Or, if X is Do, what is La? Let's finish the rest of the chart. If F is 5, then 8 is B flat. Count up 4 and lower E to E flat. The key signature of B flat has 2 flats, B flat and E flat. 6 up from B flat, the relative minor of B flat major is G minor. If B flat is 5, then 8 is E flat. Count up 4 and lower A to A flat. The key signature of E flat has 3 flats, B flat, E flat, and A flat. 6 up from E flat, the relative minor of E flat major is C minor. If E flat is 5, then 8 is A flat. Count up 4 and lower D to D flat. The key signature of A flat has 4 flats, B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. 6 up from A flat, the relative minor of A flat major is F minor. If A flat is 5, then 8 is D flat. Count up 4 and lower G to G flat. The key signature of D flat has 5 flats: B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. 6 up from D flat, the relative minor of D flat major is B flat minor. If D flat is 5, then 8 is G flat. Count up 4 and lower C to C flat. The key signature of G flat has 6 flats: B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and C flat. 6 up from G flat, the relative minor of G flat major is E flat minor. If G flat is 5, then 8 is C flat. Count up 4 and lower F to F flat. The key signature of C flat has 7 flats: B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, and F flat. 6 up from C flat, the relative minor of C flat major is A flat minor. So here's our complete circle of fifths / fourths. Around the circle we have all 12 key signatures. Notice how 3 of the key signatures can be identified as either a sharp key or a flat key. We say that these are enharmonically equivalent. Just as every note, like F sharp and G flat, can be identified by 2 or more names, so can scales or entire compositions be written using different notes. As a matter of convenience, however, we are more likely to see the use of the key signature of D flat, which has only 5 flats, rather than C sharp, which uses all 7 sharps. And we are also more likely to write, read, and play in the key of B with its 5 sharps, as opposed to C flat, which has every single note flatted. The use of keys like F sharp and G flat major, both of which have equal number of sharps or flats in the key signature, really comes down to the composer's or arranger's personal preference. The more you look at this chart, the more you will see, and the deeper your understanding will become of the circle of fifths.